All right, folks, I wanted to talk about Panasonic bath fans. We're here in our upper office because I don't have a Panasonic fan with a light in stock. So this is a 150 CFM model with the regular light. They don't really offer options anymore with the lights, but this does incorporate a night light. So if I was to run a second switch, it would be possible to turn on a very low light, kind of a violet color. So this actually has 3 power connections. One for the night light, one for the regular light, and one for the fan. I have a single wall switch that turns on the light and the fan. So now we're out in the fabrication area at our shop. This is the same fan model except no light. You'll notice the grill is very basic. There's your model number. Like I said, it's 150 CFM. You can see the speed selector there. So on the bottom, you can run this as low as 110 CFM. From the factory, it comes in the middle. You can see there's 2 different size ranges. And this one wants a 6-inch duct. That part's pretty important. A lot of homes come with 3 or 4-inch duct. It will not perform anywhere near design with smaller than 6-inch. And if you use 6-inch plastic flexible ducting, unless it's a very short duct, it still won't perform near design. These are very efficient if installed properly. So let's talk about the duct. This is ideal. Smooth sheet metal duct with simple fittings. Of course, this is a little more time consuming to install and harder to work around obstacles, but the added resistance of any kind of texture in the duct has a big effect on these fans. This little 150 CFM fan only needs 37 watts to run, unless you start doing too much duct or duct that's too restrictive. This is 6-inch round duct. This is 5-inch round. Now we will use the corrugated duct, generally without the insulation, in a retrofit situation where we're climbing around in an attic or something like that. But if we have room, I'm always going to ask my crew to use the smooth duct. What we don't use is the plastic flexible stuff. Even though this is corrugated, it's much smoother inside than the plastic type, allowing for much better airflow. So let's go to the more complicated model. The Whisper Green Select still has the speed control in it, but it also takes modules. Now there's one of them I don't have here, the motion sensor. It goes right in the middle of the grill. You can see that that is removable. It just pops out. You can see it coming out there. And if you buy the motion sensor, that snaps into it, and that part there plugs into the 3rd module position right here. It automates the fan, assuming you've wired it correctly, which we'll go over in a second. So currently I have the constant low speed operation with time delay module in place and the humidity module in place. You can see it's set at 80%. It's powered right now. And the signal wires have an open circuit. They're off. So if you set this fan up kind of like you would with that one, with just a light switch on the wall and nothing else, you leave those signal wires capped, you wire it conventionally, and when you walk in the room and turn on the fan, well, the fan comes on just like you would expect. But in that situation, you cannot use modules. If you want the modules, you don't get to use the light switch on the incoming power. It needs constant power to allow the modules to do their job. In that instance, the humidity module, if the humidity goes above the setting, so we're in a warehouse that's at about 65%, so if I turn it down, it recognizes a need to ventilate the bathroom because of humidity, and the fan RPM will increase. It'll do the same if the motion sensor module is installed when you walk into the bathroom. And after the demand for humidity has been met, after it's removed the moisture from the bathroom, we'll imitate that by turning it back up, It'll go back down to low RPM, but that's where this module, if installed, comes into play. So it'll go back down to 30 RPM after 30 minutes, the way it's set right now. If I turn that down to 0, it'll go down to 30 RPM right away. If the constant operation module is not in place, and there is no demand for humidity, so we're set at 80%, it is not 80% humidity in there. After a time delay, pretty brief, the fan will stop. So that's all fan constant powered modules in use. The other option that can be done with the modules is to use the signal wires to an independent light switch. So you can get one of those light switches that has multiple rockers or side-by-side switches, but the important part is do not ever put power to these red wires. They are dry contact only. So if you have the light switch on the wall and the fan's running at low RPM because of the time delay with constant operation, humidity control, or the sensor, all of those are automated. It has power all the time, so those modules will work, but you walk in and you turn on the switch, it goes to high RPM and stays there until you turn the switch back off. But if the time delay is there, it'll wait for that time delay period to go to low RPM, or wait until the humidity is satisfied, or wait until it doesn't see motion anymore. They're complex little fans. If you don't know how to wire them, I would suggest getting an electrician involved. But the biggest mistake I see is people putting power to the red signal wires. That'll ruin the control on them right away. Thanks for watching.